Hello learners, welcome to NIS Studio. Today we will define electric field. We will find electric field due to a charge at rest and due to a system of discrete charges. Now let us define electric field. The electric field at a point is defined as the electric force F experienced by a positive test charge Q naught placed at that point divided by the magnitude of the test charge. If we write it mathematically, then E will be equal to F divided by Q naught, where Q naught is the test charge. This equation is analogous to the definition of acceleration due to gravity, G is equal to F upon m naught, where m naught is the mass in the gravitational field F. Now, this test charge Q naught, which has been introduced to define electric field, it should be infinitesimally small as given in this equation. E is equal to limit Q naught approaches 0 F upon Q naught. This can be understood from this figure A and B. First, we will discuss the figure A. Here, we are going to find the electric field due to the charge body which is on the left, and the test charge is Q naught. So, this test charge Q naught is very small as compared to the charge Q. It is not going to disturb the charge distribution on the charge body. In second case, if the charge Q naught is nearly equal to the charge of the charge body whose field is to be determined, then it will definitely change the distribution of charge on the surface of the charge body, and it will result into a change in the electric force also. So, the adjoining figure A shows a uniformly charged metallic sphere with charge Q and a test charge Q naught, which is very less than Q. It means that the charge density per unit area is same around point A, B, C and D. The test charge Q naught must measure the force without disturbing the charge distribution on the sphere. In the figure B, we have the situation when Q is nearly equal to Q naught. In this case, the presence of the test charge modifies the surface charge density. As a result, the electric force experienced by the test charge Q naught will also change from F to F dash. Therefore, the test charge Q naught should be infinitesimally small. If it is not so, then the force measured will be different. Now, let us calculate the electric field due to a point charge. First of all, we will write the expression for the force between the test charge and the charge whose field is to be determined. Here the charge is Q and the test charge is Q naught. So, the expression for the force will be F is equal to K Q naught upon R square multiplied by R cap. Here R is the distance between the charge and the test charge Q and Q naught, and R cap is the unit vector directed from test charge to the test charge. Then by definition of electric field, it is the force divided by the magnitude of test charge. So, E will be equal to F upon Q naught. So, expression for it will be E is equal to K Q upon R square into R cap. So, now we will represent the electric lines of force due to point charge. How the electric lines of force are depicted in case of a positive and negative charge are shown in the figure A and B. In a case of positive charge, the electric field lines are radially outwards, where in case of a negative charge, the electric fields are radially inwards. Now, let us define the unit of electric field. What is the unit of electric field? We will talk it out. In SI system, the force is in Newton and the charge is in Coulomb. So, therefore, the unit of electric field will be Newton per Coulomb, because the formula for electric field is E is equal to F upon charge. It is force per unit charge, so it is Newton per Coulomb. Now, we will talk about the direction of electric field, because electric field is a vector quantity. So, electric field is a vector quantity and it has the same direction as that of the electric force, means the direction of electric field will be same as that of electric force. So, here the direction of electric field will be in the direction from Q to Q naught. Now, let us find the electric field due to a system of discrete charges. Here we are having different charges Q1, Q2, Q3. We are interested in finding out the electric field at point P. So, we will find it by the principle of superposition. Now, we will find the expression of electric field due to a system of discrete charges on the board. If there are number of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, they are at distance R1, R2 and R3 from point P. Let us write down the expression for electric field due to charge Q1. E1 will be equal to K Q1 upon R1 square R1 cap. E2 will be equal to K Q2 upon R2 square R2 cap. E3 will be equal to K Q3 upon R3 square R3 cap. Now, the total electric field E will be equal to vector sum of all these fields E1, E2, E3 and so on. E equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus so on. We can write it using summation sigma K outside summation, then Qi upon Ri square Ri cap. Summation is from I equal to 1 to n. Here Ri is the unit vector directed from ith charge to the point P. So, we have found the expression for the electric field due to a system of discrete charges, and it is given by this relation. So, today we have defined electric field, we have found the electric field due to a charge at rest, and we have also found the expression for a system of discrete charges. Thank you.